You're still looking at the dog. Sorry, that's my puppy. You can't really see her because she's black on a very dark background. Oh, well, that's Sadie. Hi, everybody. Rabbi David here. I'm sitting down today because I want to show you the owl camera in action. And in order to do that, I need to be part of a Zoom meeting on my other machine. So let's figure out how to do that. What do you say? All right. So we're talking about let me bring this up. Hold on a second. We're talking about the owl camera. So I've talked about this with a few synagogues in the past. The owl camera is a really interesting product. It's basically a cone-shaped, an owl-looking like thing. The black part on the top is a 360-degree camera, and then the eyes, there are two on the other side also, are the sensors for the microphones, or perhaps the microphones themselves. I'm not actually sure. The owl camera goes for $9.99. If you are a nonprofit, you can get a refurbished model, which is what I have here, for $749. In some cases, they might be really, really good. If you're teaching Torah to a multi-access environment, you have some people sitting around the table, other people watching on Zoom, this could be a really good option for you. So let's do this. Let me bring you over and show you what it looks like. So I have a Zoom meeting going on my other machine here, which I'll bring in a second. I have two of my friends. I have Shlomi and Moshe in my meeting. I have no idea what this is going to look like, but let's give it a shot. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm down here in my little circle in the bottom, and you can also see me over here this is the owl camera, and that's my buddy Shlomi over there. Let me just sort of orient you to what you're seeing. So this is indeed a Zoom meeting, and you're only seeing one camera because right now there's only one person in this meeting, which is the owl camera. Up at the top, there is that thumbnail, or I should say that strip, rather. That is the full 360-degree view of the owl camera. And then the owl camera will shift who it focuses on based on where the most noise is coming from. Now, I think that the reason mine isn't shifting right now is because it doesn't actually think Moshe is a person. But for some reason, it thinks Shlomi is a person. I'm not really sure why. I actually set up a Bluetooth speaker over by Shlomi over there. So let's see if it focuses in on him when I play something.
I think it's really interesting how this new camera works, how it's got a 360-degree camera on top, and it can switch and find me when I'm speaking.
All right, so you didn't see the fancy schmancy moving, but you probably did see his camera move a little bit. It's moving right now even as we continue to speak. I've used this in practice, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good at shifting the focus of the camera to whoever is speaking. Now, as you can see, right now we've got a 2-up, so you've got two different cameras. It can do, I believe, up to 3. So if there are 3 people making noise all at the same time, then you'll get 3 different views down below. What the owl camera is doing is it's taking that wide shot from the top, and it's just focusing in on different areas. So this is not a multi-camera type of thing. This is one camera with a 360-degree shot, or field of view, I should say. And then it just sort of crops in on where the noise is coming from. Now, because of that, as you can see, the image quality isn't fantastic. I obviously mine is not good because the lighting for me is terrible because I've got lighting in front of me for this camera, the little one. But even for Shlomi over there, you can see it's a little fuzzy. The video quality isn't fantastic. If you have really good light in the room, then you may have a better experience with it. Okay, so it will auto switch. Here's what I've discovered. What I've discovered is that especially when you have people on site wearing masks, their voices tend to get muffled. So, for example, the rabbi, the cantor, the teacher who knows how to project their voice, they're going to be heard by the owl and it will focus on them. When other people speak, maybe to ask questions or what have you, then sometimes the owl will hear them, sometimes it won't. It really depends on how loud their voice is or if it's muffled by a mask. Distance also definitely plays an important part here. The owl says that it has a range of up to 12 feet, so you can have people sitting up to 12 feet away. I found that to be true, again, if they are projecting their voice. If not, it's not going to do that auto switching. It's not going to find them as easily. Now, if you're in a long room, say a boardroom or something like that, that is longer than it is wide, you can use 2 owl cameras together. You sync them up. I believe it's via Bluetooth, and then they will act as one. So they will auto switch from either camera based on whoever's speaking into the Zoom meeting. The way this is set up, by the way, is just, I've got my owl, here I can actually, let me get this going here so I can show you what it actually is looking like. Hold on a second. Okay, let me get back to this. Here we go. So that's my owl camera sitting right there. And there are 2 wires coming out of it. One is power, the other is USB. So it just plugs directly into your computer. It's instantaneously seen as a webcam, and it goes right into Zoom. That's Shlomo over there, and there's Moshe. But for some reason, they don't think he's human. I'm not sure why. All right, so let me jump back into that scene so that you can see it again. There we go. All right, so we're back in our meeting now. Now, I did want to show you something else. So before I do, so this has a range of, say, 12 feet. The best scenario to use this in would be to have everyone sitting around a table. You put the owl in the middle, or maybe just a circle of chairs. You put the owl in the middle. It actually has on the bottom a 1/4-20 screw, so you can put it on a tripod if you have that, or you can just put it on a table. Put it right in the middle, and then just plug it into your computer. What I've done so that the people in the room can not only hear the people on Zoom, because this is not only a microphone set, but it's also a speaker. So if right now I'm muted myself in the Zoom, so I don't get echo. But if I were to unmute that, you would actually hear the sound coming from the owl camera. What I've done is I've taken a TV, put it on a little rolling cart, and hook that up to the computer as a monitor out. So I've got this as my webcam and my microphone going into the computer, and then I just simply use an HDMI cable to connect the computer to the TV that way, and then I can just throw the Zoom up on the TV. I put that as one of the participants in the circle. That way people can see and hear whoever's speaking on Zoom. As always, it's going to be important to remember when the room is speaking, Zoom is muted. When Zoom is speaking, the room is muted, right? That sort of basic rule of how to manage multi-access environments. If someone from Zoom is speaking, to the best of your ability, mute the owl cam right in Zoom. You just click on the mute button so that you don't have to deal with any echo or reverb or feedback. So other than just using the owl camera on its own, there is an app that comes with it. Let me try and open it up for you. So let me come back to my main show. No, actually, I'm going to leave it like this because I want you to be able to see what happens. So I have the app on my Android phone here. You also have it for iOS. And there are a few different options when you go in here. There is, let me see if I can actually give you a shot of this. I'm not sure if this will work, but let's see. No? Yes? No? That's a little too bright. So up here at the top, you've got camera lock and zoom. You've got presenter enhance, and you've got 360 pano. So this will change. Obviously, you can turn off that 360 pano, so you lose the image at the top, or you can turn it on. So you don't have to have that on. It can be viewed as a regular webcam with just the image of whoever's speaking, which is kind of nice. If you do presenter enhance, then it will automatically frame the presenter, whoever's making the most noise again, and sort of back up and follow that person as they move. Camera lock and zoom. So on this, sorry, I pulled it down so you couldn't see. On this, you can actually take control of the camera. So I've now turned on that I want to take control, and I have a zoom up down here. I've got a pan and I've got a tilt. So if I move this, you'll see that I'm now able to move this around and really take control of the shot. I can move it up, I can move it down. Let me come over here so you can see Moshe. There's Moshe. I can zoom in if I want, or I can zoom out. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, if I were teaching a class, I wouldn't want to be playing with an app. So what I think, to me, the real benefit of the Owl camera is the auto switching that it does. But if you wanted to use it for a service or something like that, and you wanted to have a little more control over what it's showing, you can do that right here in this app, which is really sort of nice. It's not the smoothest transitions, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all, actually. Trying to get it to go, oh, maybe because I'm zoomed in. I can't seem to get it to go any lower. I'm not sure why. That's interesting. So maybe I'll tell you why, actually, because of how close it is to the subject. So again, this is the limitation of just using that 360-degree camera. The field of view is not quite as tall as I might like it to be. If I were to move that back, then I would obviously have a wider shot. I'd be able to pan or tilt rather up and down. So this is the, well, now I'm just swinging around like crazy. I'm getting seasick. So this is the Owl camera. I think it's a really interesting solution for some people. Definitely, it could be used in a Torah study setting. If you have people that are, again, coming on site, and you also have people who are participating online, you just set this up in the middle, connect it to your computer. If you have the TV, great. That way the people on Zoom, their image will be a little bigger. But even if you just turn the computer around, honestly, and made Zoom full screen, that would work. You could hide self-view in Zoom so that the Owl camera doesn't show up when you're speaking or when someone from the room is speaking. You'll persistently be looking at the people in Zoom. So that's the Owl camera. $999, $750 if you're a non-for-profit. If you want information about getting that non-for-profit deal, definitely reach out to me. I'll put you in touch with my contact over at Owl Labs, which is the folks who make the Owl camera. And it's worth taking a look at if you're into sharing Torah in the round, which is definitely what I'm into. So that's it for how-to. Tomorrow night, we're not going to do a Torah Tech Talk. We're going to wait till next week because there's a Hybrid Ministries tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to teaching to the Massachusetts Synagogue Council. I think it's next week, and hopefully New York and New Jersey after that. So if I can be of assistance to you, please, please, please let me know. And by all means, please visit my website, TorahTechGuide.com, for all the latest and greatest, and also for information about how to reach me. Have a fantastic rest of the day, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Bye-bye.